Hello. So I basically I was about to start the audiobook reading of my Stetson parody Out of Order, The War Against Reality, and found out that Stetson himself has found out about it, and he's opted to post a well, his own take, his own review on sorry, I'm just saving the screenshot whilst it's there. Of of the book. So I thought, you know what, it'd be funny as fuck. I'm gonna read it. This book misrepresents Asians, the LGBTQIA plus community, and women. Yeah, it doesn't really. It makes fun of one person, and it doesn't really misrepresent them. In fact, some of the things that have been said in the book were apparently so on point that people who've known Stetson for years were like, yeah, this is on fucking point. This book is full of contradictions. That's the point. It's parodying someone who contradicts themselves constantly. Mispronunciations. It parodies someone who mispronounces things constantly. Bias. It parodies someone who is biased. Hate. It parodies someone who is hateful. Misinformation. It parodies a liar. And lacks context. Well, admittedly, yes, it's a parody, so context would kind of kill it. It's like the age-old, if you have to explain the joke, it's not funny thing. Detail. I'd say there is detail. It's not the most detailed thing I've written, but admittedly, there is the detail there. And proper representation of Asians. It was never meant to represent Asians. I don't know what the fuck you're on about. And people of color. It was never meant to represent people of color. I don't know what you're on about. The fact that the author, not in any way a real professor. Shit, I've been sussed. Actually and honestly believes that Asian people are a master race is despicable. But the thing, the thing that this retard doesn't quite, he's either disingenuously pretending not to get it or he doesn't get it. It's a parody. I'm making fun of the shit that he says and thinks and does. So the fact that he doesn't fucking fathom what the hell he's talking about, like, Jesus Christ. Everything in the book, it's a silly caricature of Stetson, the character. That's the point. That's why they are this flawed. And the fact that they see themselves as flawed and then say that that's somehow my fault is hilarious to me. The author has no sense of location in this book. Again, this is a problem with your books. You start up in McDonald's and then a few seconds later you end up with a twerking drug addict being tackled by orderlies. Yeah, that's how your books are. They're like a dream or something. You go from one place to another within the blink of an eye. There is no sense of reality in this story. Yeah, that's kind of the point. It's mocking the fact that every single one of the not in service books has no real flow to them at all. Random shit just happens out of nowhere. Random people are just brought up out of nowhere. And like the whole world of the Not in Service series is just like a fucked up dream that doesn't lead anywhere. There is also a lack of proper grammar. Again, but like the thing it's parodying. In fact, two things that I should probably mention. One, I actually went back over the book to proofread it to add more grammatical errors and more spelling errors and whatever. Two, a lot of the ones that I added were actually copied from the Not in Service series. Like the way I misspell certain words were deliberately misspelled to mirror the misspellings of the Not in Service series. Detail, again, to mirror Not in Service. And definition. There are no facts. I mean, it's a joke fictional book. it's not meant to be factual, apart from the fact that it's showing what Stetson really is. There are no countries whose name are spelled. There are countries whose name are spelled wrong. They're not. It's just a parody version of your country because I didn't want to use the proper names so that you couldn't freak out for more than you did. It bullies cross-eyed individuals. That's a problem apparently. An agent. Okay. This book is misogynistic, like the person it's parodying, and pro-Trump. Nothing about it is pro-Trump. Admittedly, I make fun of your anti-Trump sentiment because you seem to act like Trump being the president affected your life way more than it did. But I didn't actually say that Trump is a good guy or that I didn't say anything pro-Trump. I just said your anti-Trump stance is flawed and stupid. And this is coming from someone who doesn't like Trump. And it is clear that the so-called professor has no clue how to write a proper book. I've written 2 of them, but sure, whatever. Let alone the fact that he enjoys mocking the victims of bullying. I mean, you enjoy dismissing rape victims. Abuse. Again, you like to dismiss rape victims and people with molestation, so fuck off. And homelessness. Again, you like to dismiss awful shit that people have gone through, and you like to dismiss people's fucking genders and fucking misgender them and insist they're not trans, and a bunch of other awful shit that you insist you fight against, but you do it to people all the time. It just seemed that someone was trying to get back at someone for being better at something than them. Make no mistake, you are not better at me at anything. You're not better than me at anything, step boy. Aye, they were jealous of someone. Oh yeah, I'm jealous of the homeless man who fucking gets thrown out of everywhere that takes pity on him. So they just throw together a heap of letters without proofreading what he wrote. Again, I proofread it just to make it worse, like the actual book itself. This book is the perfect example as to what can happen to you when you deny yourself a proper education. This is true, actually, but people only make stupid parodies like this when they've denied a real education. Smart people don't make this kind of shit, but I had fun, so I don't care. You end up writing the most racist. What part of it was racist? Unrealistic, hateful book ever. What? Okay, I'm sure there were more racist and hateful books out there. Mein Kampf comes to mind, but sure. Like this writer did. Well, hey, I'm a writer now. Another writer has labeled me as a writer. I would not recommend this book to anybody, not even for a second. It's just a bunch of rubbish. So, oh, sorry, did I read the line? The author actually and honestly believes that Asian people are a master race and that's despicable, which in of itself was a parody of the fact that Stetson seems to hold Asian people on a fucking pedestal for some reason. So yeah, Stetson's accidentally reviewed his own book series. And I don't think it could be funnier to me. Like, this dipshit is so fucking dumb that he doesn't even realize he's just demolished his own fucking book series. I don't know why I would mispronounce demolished, but he fucking hell. I wasn't even expecting him. I was half expecting him to just try to pretend it doesn't exist. But no, he's fucking retarded around. Oh, Christ. Right, well, that's that. I found it funny. Um. Oh, well, there is 2 reviews. Oh, I can't see them. That's a shame. But yeah, I found it really funny. that he actually took the time out of his fucking day to rant about this book and give it 1 star. I think that review is great advertising for the book. So yeah, the book is now available. Obviously you can read it for free on Kindle Unlimited, but I'd kind of like to encourage people to buy it for like $3 as it is. The reason why I encourage people to buy it, I don't actually care about the money. I want just the fact that there will be a verified purchase on this thing will mean that this book, with 1 sale, will have sold more copies than his entire series, and that would be so fucking funny to me. So, yeah, if anybody's looking for a parody of Stetson's books, I'd highly recommend this one because it was so good that Stetson threw a fucking tantrum over it. So, yes. Out of Order, The War Against Reality by Arn Shitzeg is available on Kindle, and I'm hopefully going to make a paperback version of it. I did announce this on my community tab, but I thought I'd plug it again. I'm also going to be doing a audiobook reading for people who can't or won't pay for it. So I'll be doing an audiobook reading of the book, basically giving it out for free anyway. But if people want the Kindle version and eventually the paperback version, I will be putting it out there for the enjoyment of the many. So, happy days. Stupid prick.
Professor Curious is a fucking spurg.